Guys, I promised you a hair video a while back. I had a last minute trip and school was priority, but I promised, so I'm getting it to you now. Now, I told you guys, ask me questions, ask me anything you like, and I'd answer it to my best abilities. Everything I'm going to tell you is really just based on experience for me because I've been natural now for 4 years. And I really had to experiment to see what was right for me, what I liked, what I didn't like, what worked. I've traveled a lot to different climates, and every time I moved, my hair needed some adjustments in my regimen and my products. But here's my staple things, and I plan to answer all the questions that you submitted. Now, the first question I had was, how do I manage when I'm abroad in the cold, when I'm here on the beach, or when I'm away on a holiday? For me, St. Martin is home, so when I'm here, it's actually easier for me to maintain moisture because of the climate. But what I do have a problem with are my styles, because if I style my hair, I don't normally use gel. It means that I will have a lot of frizz, so what I've learned to do is just work with it and deal with the frizz and own it. First things first, I guess I should tell you guys my routine and why I do it, so you can have a better understanding, and then when I tell you what I use, it'll flow a little more, you'll get it. I use these products in my hair. Shea butter. Now you can get it in a yellow color, or you can get it in more of a creamy color, a creamy white color. Water. This is just pure water, but what I prefer to use is water with a little bit of aloe vera. There are other things that you can add to your water, but I just use water for now. In my shea butter, it's not just shea butter. I mix it with different oils and vitamin E, because every oil has a different quality. You can use shea butter alone if you like, and if you want to do that, then I suggest you get the creamy clear one because it's softer. I normally use the yellow one, and I use it for mixing. Now, I use water primarily for moisture. Your hair needs moisture. Everyone's talking about my hair is dry, my hair is damaged. It's because your hair is not moisturized. Water will moisturize it. Shea butter now seals in that moisture. I use shea butter because my hair is very, very thick. But the thinner your hair, then the lighter the oil you can use to seal it in. That's fine. If you want to use shea butter as well, then you can do that, but then I suggest to use less. Now, when sealing in moisture in your hair, the part that my hair needs the most is on the scalp, because I actually have a very dry scalp in general. So if I don't use shea butter on my scalp every 3 days on the island, my scalp will be dry. You take the water, you just spritz it on. You take the shea butter, rub some in your hands, and then you coat the hair with it to seal in the moisture. And that's what I do. Now, you have to get accustomed to the shea because it's a little deceiving. Let me open this one up for you. It looks like this inside, but the texture is really like sticky, but when you rub it together, it turns to oil on your hands, and then you just use that to coat your hair with it. Instead of shampoo, what I do is co-wash, which means it's a condition wash. For conditioners, I use Shea Moisture. This is important because I don't let my hair get that dirty. I just rinse it out, use some conditioner, put it through, let it sit for a while, clear out my hair under the shower, rinse it out. What I also do is an apple cider vinegar rinse. So when I'm done with the conditioner, I use apple cider vinegar and some water. That's also something that I mix, and you can buy it at any grocery store. A question that I got from a lot of you is what products I use. I have very sensitive skin, so most products, they either irritate my skin, I have bad effects, like it burns me. So I really looked into more natural solutions for myself, which is also much healthier for you. The less chemicals for your body, the better off you are. First, I rinse with apple cider vinegar, and that's just to cleanse my scalp and my hair, get rid of all the dirt and all the buildup of oils and everything. So I use apple cider vinegar with water. It's regular apple cider vinegar that you can get anywhere. You just go to the store, you pick up regular apple cider vinegar, yes, in your grocery store. That mixed with water to clean my hair. After that, I'll co-wash because then it's already clean. I've been using this for over 2 years now. Shea Moisture. This is my weekly conditioner, but when I need to deep condition, I'll normally use egg, mayo, olive oil mix, and that's my deep conditioner. If I deep condition first, and then I rinse with the apple cider vinegar. After you rinse with the apple cider vinegar for your deep condition, rinse your hair with water because you will smell the apple cider vinegar, and I don't know about you, but I just prefer not to smell it. After I'm done washing my hair, I have it in plaits normally, or bantu knots. And if it's still wet, then I don't need to add more water, but if my hair is dry, then I spritz it with water. This is just water, but if I have the option, I add a little bit of pure aloe vera. The juice, I just add some of it to hair. I spritz my hair with that, and I seal it with shea butter, and I twist it up. Now, the important thing with retaining moisture is you have to remember oils is not moisture, so you must moisturize your hair. I use water. Some people say that lotions work for them. I try to keep it as natural as possible. My hair, that's not what works for me, so I don't do it. Cold weather. In the cold, I definitely need shea. I cannot substitute shea. On the island, I can substitute shea with coconut oil sometimes, depending on how long it's been since I've done my hair. So if I shea my hair on Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday, if I use coconut oil, that's fine too. If it's Thursday, I need shea again because I need something to really lock in my moisture. In Holland, I absolutely cannot do that because it's drier up there, just the climate. When I'm going to the beach now, if my hair is already moisturized, all I do is I add a little bit of coconut oil to it, especially the ends, and I try to keep it up. I try to protect my ends. Now your ends is a big deal. At night, I sleep with a satin scarf on my head. Do not sleep with your hair loose like this on a cotton pillow because you will wake up and it will be a mess. It will just be a mat. You have to completely clear it out, and you'll just have to go with a complete afro the next day, and you will have dry hair. You'll probably have damage if you keep doing that. If you have black natural hair, treat it the way it's supposed to be treated. My weekly hair routine is pretty simple. Two times a week, to be honest. 2 times a week, I spritz it, use the shea, twist it up, and I untwist it the next day, and I can leave it like that for 2 or 3 days. If I really have a lot of time, then maybe 3 times a week. You can also plait it up. That works as well. There's different styles. This is actually a plait out. This is a plait out versus a twist out. It's a different look. It's whatever you like. But this is a plait out. And I do this 2 at the most 3 times a week. That's really my weekly routine. It's very simple. My hair is very thick and it takes a long time to do, so I prefer not to do too many crazy things. You'll normally see my hair like this, or up at the top of my head in a pineapple with everything coming out, or a bun. What products do I recommend daily? Water. Water. I don't twist my hair up every day, so I don't spritz my hair every day. But when I do twist my hair, I do spritz it. It's better if you do twist your hair in the evening. Then you can spritz it with water for some moisture again. But water, water, water. The more hydrated your hair is, the better it is for you. And also consume water. If you're dehydrated, it'll show in your hair as well. So please make sure you're well hydrated. Drink your water. I have a question about dyed hair. I've never actually dyed my hair, so I can't relate to what you're going through, but I do have friends that have dyed their hair, and it just tends to get drier quicker because you've actually stripped the hair of its melanin to dye it if you're blonde. So what I suggest is that you really deep condition often, at least once a week if you have dyed hair. Deep condition often, hydrate often, and seal in that moisture. If you're gonna seal your hair often, then maybe you should use a lighter oil than shea butter because it's a little heavy. And for instance, how my hair is like this, if it gets on my face, it'll be oily. So if you use a lighter oil like coconut oil, that might help. But you also still have to see what your hair responds better to. It all depends on what kind of deep condition you're doing. I do the egg, the mayo, honey, and olive oil. Now what I do is I just mix that all together. It's 2 eggs, a pack of mayo, a regular size pack of mayo, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I told you I try to keep it as natural as possible. And I mix it all up. Then I apply it to my hair. Take a plastic sack and I put it on my hair and I tie it tight. Try to make it airtight. But you can also use a shower cap, a plastic shower cap if you have one. I choose a plastic bag because I normally have my hair loose when I do this. And my hair is pretty big, so I need more than 2 shower caps. So I just use a plastic sack. It's just easier. I leave that on for a half hour, and when I'm done, rinse it out with water. Because you have egg in it, don't rinse it with hot water. You will end up with egg chunks in your hair, which is not easy to get out. Rinse it out with water as cold as you can take it. So, sorry, but try that, and when you're done, rinse it with the apple cider vinegar water mix, and then just use water again to get rid of the smell, and that's it. There are some deep conditioners, like this is actually a deep treatment mask. So I just put this on, and then for maybe 15 minutes, I walk around with the cap on my head. Then I clear out my hair in the shower, rinse it all out, and I'm good to go. So your deep condition, it depends on which one it is. You have to take different steps. But normally, deep condition, you put the product in your hair, put the plastic cap on for at least 10 minutes, and you rinse it out. That's the way I do it. Argan oil versus shea butter. Now, the difference between argan oil and shea butter is that argan oil is lighter than shea butter. I use argan oil in my shea mix, so I actually use them together. It really depends on what you want. As I said earlier in the video, different oils serve different purposes, so you may not need 20 oils. But if you want 20 oils, that's okay too. If you just want to use shea butter, that's fine. If you just want to use argan, that's fine. But one thing I do suggest is you listen to your hair and see what it responds to better. Which brand of oil is best? I don't go by brands. But what I do is check the label. I use 100% oil. There is no mix, because what they'll do is, if for instance there's an expensive oil like almond oil, they'll mix it with a cheaper oil like sunflower seed oil, and then 70% will be sunflower seed oil and the rest will be almond oil. So to avoid that, what I do is I check the label. It doesn't matter if they say 100% natural, all of that. I always check the label, the ingredients, and it will show you if there's anything in that oil besides what you're looking for. So if the ingredients has more than one thing on it, then it's not 100% oil, and then don't get it. That was it for the questions, but here are just some general tips that I have for you guys. Protect your ends as much as possible. If you're not going out that night, if you don't mind your friends seeing you with your hair in twists or up and tucked under, then do that. Protect your ends to retain length. That's what I did with growing my hair. Do protective styles, so braids, plaits, even if you do weaves and they're not tight, they're not pulling on your scalp. Even a weave is a protective style if you do it right. So just make sure your ends are together, tucked under. So if you plait your hair and then you tuck it under, that's even better. Don't drag through your hair. Don't clear your hair out when it's dry. If you want to start doing something with your hair, styling your hair, even twisting your hair up, plaiting your hair up, just spritz it with a little water. It'll get a little softer and it's easier to take out the knots. Be patient with your hair. Gently start at the ends and go up slowly. Work out the knots. Now, I use a comb because my hair is super thick, but a lot of all natural girls, they finger detangle. If you can finger detangle, if your hair is thin and you feel like it doesn't really take that long for me to do, I suggest you finger detangle. You take your time, don't rip through your hair because you're breaking your ends. And if you keep breaking your ends, then you'll never retain length in your hair. If you're gonna go on the beach, if you're gonna go in a pool, also protect your hair the same way you protect your skin. Take an oil, a heavier oil is better, but for me, I normally already have shea butter in my hair. So all I do is I add some coconut oil to that, and then I swim. And when I get out, my hair is still soft, it's still moisturized. And then when I wash it, the salt water, because I normally go to the beach, hasn't stripped my hair of all the moisture. Now, I normally have my hair like this, but if I'm going to work out, what I do is I just pull it all to the top of my head in a pineapple, kind of like, I just pull it all to the top of my head, like this. And then I can work out and my sweat's not getting into my hair, messing up my twist out. And when I'm done, after I take my shower, or if I have to go somewhere again, I just let it go, give it a little shake, and it's back to what it was. If you want to get in to how I mix my things, what other products I use, if you want to go into detail about products, or if you want me to tell you how I do my styles, if you want tutorials. So yeah, if you have any more questions for me, just let me know, and I'll make a video about it. I hope this was helpful.